Okay. Hello, we are from group 2 and now we are going to do individual movie review. Okay, my name is Nur Aliya Natasya Binti Abdul Nasir and now I'm going to do a review about A Quiet Place. But now let's watch the trailer.
Military fighting a massive invasion.
Around the world.
Total devastation.
We have to protect them. Promise me.
I promise. A Quiet Place.
Okay, now the gender film is about horror, and the plot is a family that live in silence in order to avoid a mysterious creature that hunt by sun. In order to live in silence, they have to eat and live, use a sign language to communicate, and and wear no shoes. Evelyn and because even the slightly whisper of footstep can bring death. Evelyn and Lee trying to find a way to fight the creatures and why desperately protect their children. Okay, next. The character Lee, the character of Lee is strict because he's so strict whenever his children making a noise, and get angry when his daughter went to the place where his brother did, and she's just so genius because he uses knowledge in technology to find a way to fight the creators and find a way to protect their children by setting a CCTV around where they hide. And Noah character is rebel. She doesn't really like his dad and doesn't really listen what his dad say. And she's so coward because she doesn't like being out because she afraid of the creatures. And in this film, we can see development of Noah braveness, where Noah developed from someone who is so coward even to go outside for hunting to someone that can finally work alone to fire the rocket. We can see in this scene where Noah have to fire the rocket to distract the creatures where his mom giving a birth. Okay, the theme about this film is parent sacrifice. The fact that this film made us a Father Day, but in this film we can see both parent sacrifice, where we can see the mother Evelyn giving a birth without making a sound. Can you imagine yourself giving a birth without having to scream? And we can see the death sacrifice where he's willing to shot himself in order to protect his children to avoid the creatures. And my favorite quote from this film is when Evelyn saying to Lee, when their children are in danger, he say that, "Who are we if we can't protect them?" I do really recommend you to watch this film because this is not just a typical horror movie where you can see ghosts pop up everywhere, and this film will make you so scared even to make noise. Even there is some scenes where you have to hold your breath to watch the film. And if you want to know what's the creature's weakness, you have to watch this film for sure. Now I'll pass this to Saqinah.
Okay, thank you, Alia. Okay, I will present a film about 5 feet apart. First of all, we watch the trailer first.
Holding on to my chest.
Don't tell me the one time you're interested in some guy, he's also got CF.
I just helped him set up his med cart.
I know you, Stella. Organizing a med cart is like foreplay.
6 feet apart at all times. You both know the rules. You catch his infection and you can kiss new lungs goodbye.
I don't want to hurt you. I can't.
This whole time I've been living for my treatments instead of doing my treatments so that I can live. And I want to live. After all that CF is stolen from me, I don't mind stealing something back. 304 millimeters, 12 inches, 1 foot.
5 feet apart. Are you in?
Okay, the genre of this film is a romantic drama. The plot is the film is set in American in the 2019. The film about who suffered from this cystic fibrosis. 17-year-old Stella spent most time at the hospital as a cystic fibrosis patient. Her life full of routine, boundaries, and self-control, all of which get to put to the test when Stella met with Williams, and impossibly charming teen who has the same illness with her. There's an instant flirtation, even though restriction dictate that they must stay maintained to a safe distance between them, which is they must stay 5 feet between them. Next. Next. Okay, next is character. The main character is Stella Grant. She is a stronger woman. She used social media to cope with her illness and tries to live a normal life. She also gives advice to other fellow cystic fibrosis patients to that they must to be strong and be happy with their life. Second, she is a caring person. She always walks around the hospital to visit her friend and nurse, and everyone that he meet, he will greet. She did it almost every day and make it as her routine days. Second character is William Newman. William Newman is a loving person. It can be shown when Stella and William walk on solid ice. Stella almost dies, but William Newman give her CPR and save her. Second, when Stella wakes up from her surgery of lung transplant, she sees William set up a display of lights outside her room, saying that his only regret was that she didn't get to see the lights, so he brought them to her. Second, William Newman is a stubborn and ego. He likes to break the rules, and he always take a risk, dangerous risk sometimes. Also, he pretending to be okay to show everyone that he is not weak because of illness that has suffered. It can be shown when he said to Stella that he said, how do you know about my drunk's trial? You've been asking about me? Okay, development is about patients suffering from a life-threatening infections, disease, and they struggle to survive despite of hurt, failure with medications. Okay, next. Okay, the teams. First team is life and death. Stella experienced of several around her, experienced the death several around her that including her older sister and her good friend Poi. Second, Stella choosing to continue ice skating with William rather than return to hospital for her lung transplant. but William tries to convince her to prioritize her health. Through all this movie, the movie emphasized that fleeting nature of life and the importance of feeling it to with meaningful relationship and experience. Last is love. The romantic love between Stella and William, the familial love between Stella and her older sister, and the loving friendship between Stella and Poi. Uh, uh, and then will encourage Stella to take a risk of love, such as closing the requisite distance between them, by foot, and ice skating with him on the frozen. This movie demonstrates that love is one of most the important and meaningful aspect of people life. Next. Oh, I will one.
Thank you, Saqinah. Okay. Hi, Assalamualaikum, and very good evening. My name is Wan Aqilah Binti Wan Rosli. Today, I will present about the day after tomorrow. First of all, let's watch the trailer.
What's going on? Hair all worked up today. Extraordinary and disturbing, that is. You recall what you said about how polar melting might disrupt the North Atlantic current? Yes. What do I think it's happening?
Folks, we've hit some unusual turbulence. We've a cloud layer that's abnormally high.
All right.
He's afraid of flying. The government has to start making long-term preparations now. Jack, all you have is a theory. It's been raining like this for 3 days now.
Mr. Vice President, if we don't act now, it's going to be too late.
I'm afraid that time has come and gone, my friend.
What can we do?
Save as many as you can.
The storm is just going to get worse. What should we do? I will come for you. Do you understand me?
Okay. The genre of this film is action drama. Jack is a climatologist. As climatologist, Jack Hall in Antarctica, he's discovered that huge ice sheet has sheared off. But what he does not know is that the event will trigger a massive climate shift that will affect the world population. Meanwhile, his son Sam with his friend in New York City to attend an event. There, they discover that is the raining non-stop. Not the raining non-stop for the past 3 days. Everybody realized the world is about to enter the ice age. So Jack make a daring attempt to rescue his son and his friend who are stuck in New York City and who have managed to survive not only massive wave but also freezing cold temperature that could possibly kill them. Okay, next. Okay, the main character in this film is Jack Hall. Jack developed when no one takes his theories seriously until it's too late. He need to save Sam, his son, when he must crossing dangerous snowy areas to get close to him because he promised to Sam. For example, he said, I promised to him, so I keep it. Another example is he's very intelligent because he know what will happen next. So he tell his son Sam, forget about going to South. This is too late for that. It's going worse. Okay. Next is the theme of this film is global warming. Global warming is serious matter that should be a top priority for the government, and those who ignore the obvious warming are foolish. For example, Jack Hall repeatedly warning the Vice President of United States of the impact of climatic dome. Other than that, in this drama, there are many characters who are willing to sacrifice. For example, mm, Dr. Lucy is willing to wait to hospital, with his patient, patient. After that, Frank, Jack Hall's friend, is willing to commit suicide so that his friend is safe. And the last is Jack. Jack Hall is willing to risk his life to save his son at the New York City. Okay, that's all for me. Continue with my friend Audrey.
Okay, thank you, Wan Aqilah. My name is Audrey Michaelina, Anak Dangih. Today, I chose Alice in the Wonderland as my movie review. Now, we will watch the 1-minute trailer of this movie.
There is a place like no place on earth. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter, which luckily, I am. Alice, it's you. You're back. Alice!
Alice!
See? You're absolutely Alice. I'd know you anywhere. You're all late for tea!
Alice has returned to Wonderland.
Since you've been gone, the Red Queen has taken over all of Wonderland.
Find her!
Help us make the world right again.
Off with their heads! I need a pig here. I love a warm pig belly for my aching feet. Stop that.
Okay, in this movie, we can see that the genre for this movie is fantasy movie, which you all can see that through the trailer just now that a lot of characters or creatures that really weird, which it seems never exist in our daily life or our world. But in this movie, it proved that this movie is, for the genre for this movie is fantasy movie. First or foremost, let me talk about a little bit of the plot. Alice is a 19-year-old girl which has lost her father and be forced to marry with the son of her father's business partner, which named Hamish. However, Alice got distracted by this white rabbit with red claws and bring her into the big hole. After she fell into the big hole, her journey has begun in the world of Wonderland. Besides, in this movie, we can see that there are two main characters, which is Mad Hatter and Alice Kingsley. For the Mad Hatter, we can see that he is very noble and loyal friend despite of his appearance, which is he really wanted to achieve his goal to help take back the Wonderland from the Red Queen and give it again to the White Queen. Next, we have Alice Kingsley, which is she really brave and imaginative. She proved that she brave in the chess field, which is she fight alone against the Red Queen teams to take back the Wonderland world. In this movie, we can see that the development of this movie is understand adults' world. We can see that Alice Kingsley is really trying to figure it out to understand the adults' world, which is she just a 19 years old and she now understand what the meaningful of the adult world. Next, we have theme and opinion. The theme for this movie, which is about growing up, we can see that Alice take her own lesson and taught herself about growing up in this adult world, which is she always figured it out when she was in their dreaming. And then for in my opinion, I really like the special effect that using in this movie, which is green screen. Although they have many of other movie which is really using green screen, but at least in the Wonderland is really good to use this green screen as the main features and the special effects. I think that's all from me, and next I will give it to Akmal.
Thank you, Audrey. Assalamualaikum and good day, everyone. My name is Akmal Hakim. My name is Muhammad Akmal Hakim bin Muhammad Yusuf. My number matric is BA20110388. Today I want to show you my movie review. So let's go to see the movie review.
Well, this is a fun group. Welcome to detention. Spencer, Bethany, Fridge, Martha. You're all here for a reason.
Hey, person walking.
You should be thinking about who you are and who you want to be. You'll have plenty of time to figure that out while you're cleaning out the basement.
Are you gonna help or are you too pretty? I'm too pretty.
Yo, what's this?
A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. Jumanji. You pick a character and you're that person in the game.
Which one do I pick?
I don't think it matters that much.
Moose Finbar. Sounds like a badass.
I'll be the curvy genius.
Dr. Smolder Bravestone.
I guess I'm Ruby Roundhouse.
First, I want to talk about the character. The first main character in the movie Jumanji is Dr. Samdon Reston. For me, he's a perfect guy in the game because he's a no witness in the game and he has many skill in the game. And the skill he has is climbing the mountain, can speed run and very strong. So the second character in Jumanji is the Ruby Roundhouse. She is only one girl in the game Jumanji. She is a good in fighting because she is a good in karate. That the Greek skill she have is dancing, fighting, and I think she is very good in fighting. The third character in Jumanji movie is Professor Sheldon. He is very genius in cartography and archaeology. He can read the map, and everyone cannot read the map. But she is a lot of witness, and he is fat and not good in war or fighting. The four characters in Jumanji is Franklin Finber. This guy is very funny in movie and he is good in geology. He know about the animal and he know about the fact about animal. The development in the movie is all character when to get out of the game in the safety and complete the mission together. Next slide. Okay. The plot. The genre movie Jumanji is action film because many action in the film. The basic story about Jumanji is four teenagers in the detention discover an all video game console with a game they are never heard of. When they decide to play and they are immediately shocked into the jungle world of Jumanji and the body of their avatar. They have to complete the adventure of their life filled with fun, thrill, and danger, or be stuck in the game forever. The term I think is a teamwork because all the characters work together to get out of the game and finish the task in game. The second, I think, appreciate yourself. In movie, everyone appreciate them strength and weakness to exit game together. Everyone asks the strength and weakness to survive in the game and finish the test together. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. Hello everyone. We have watched all the film review. Now let's start our discussion. So, Saqinah, would you like to share your opinion? Who do you think have the best film?
Yes, I will. Thank you. In my opinion, the best film is one's film because that film is action drama. This film is about a natural disaster, which is melting ice at the North Pole and the lowering water temperature. This causes extreme weather in the some countries. From this film, people can learn safety measures when a bad natural phenomenon occurs. Uh, in addition, in addition, the lesson shown is that the community must obey to the instructions, government instructions, to protect our safety. In my opinion, the one's film is amazing. Okay.
I'm sorry, Sakina. I see your point, but I think that Akmal film Jumanji is also about action. So why don't you choose his film? Jumanji have an interesting storyline about how some students being drawn into the game and have to survive and stay alive in the game. I'm curious to know how the four of the character managed to finish the game and managed to return to the real world.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Yes, sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I see your point, Alia, but Akmal film does not make sense because there is an illogical adventure if talk because there are dinosaurs and many more. So I agree with Sakina. For me, my film that is The Day After Tomorrow is the best and interesting film than the others because there are many characteristics in this film like Sam and Laura have a sweet teen love story. Jack is an action hero, and Dr. Lucy is last good doctor in the world. So the characteristic combined in one film, and when we watch it, we can feel happy, nervous, enjoy, sad, and excited. So what do you think, Audrey?
Thank you, Wan, but I'm not quite agree with you, Wan Aqilah. I feel that Sakina film have interesting storyline because the main character, which is Stella Grant, who live with cystic fibrosis disease, is trying to live a normal life like a normal people who, despite of her having her illness. It shows me that although we are facing the difficulties in our life, we should take the burden and that we face as one of our hardship and obstacle to challenge ourselves. Besides, this movie also taught people to be a part of each other. Like this nowadays, we have having a COVID-19 pandemic COVID-19, and this movie really taught people to stay apart from each other so that the virus will not spread it into each one of us. Yeah, I know this movie is not about the virus, which is COVID-19, but it really shows that the 5 feet apart really taught us that we should care of ourselves more than others. So that's all from me.
But for me, I will choose Alia film. I think the film is very awesome. The film Quick Place has a good quality. You all can see the storyline very good. The music and sound effect is nice. The actor in the movie is very good, and I love the horror film. So I think Alia movie is better than Jumanji movie. So how about you, Alia? You think my movie better than you movie?
I'm sorry, but I don't agree with you all. I'm really sure that our film is quite good because just by watching the trailer, make people imagine themselves also being drawn into the game. And there are four main characters in this film, and each of them have their own characteristic. And I want to know how the four of them working together as a team and using their strength to win the game and manage to return to the real world. Don't you guys think that way?
I want to be interrupt. I feel Akmal film is Jumanji is not necessarily the best film because like one said before, Akmal film is not logical story. It can be proven where are all the objects on the museum can live when the Jumanji games is played, whereas in the reality, it's not impossible to be happen. Thus, it seems to state that human have many life. In real, we only have a one life. So that's why I said that Akmal film is not necessarily film. Film.
Hmm.
Okay, that's all.
I know my film is best too, Alia. But for the review then you all present, I think a quick place still in my mind because I think the movie everyone can watch. Every level can watch. The teenager, all men, children can watch the movie. And I think the movie quick place is convention because everyone can go through the same thing to meet the goals in their life. So I love the movie and this all for me.
Oh, okay. I got it. You all have made all your view very clear. And now I'm think that I'm quite agree with Saqinah and Wan because this movie really taught us about the true love between a father and a son. For example, like a father, which is Jack Hall, is really sacrificed himself to save his son, which is Sam, from this natural phenomena which is happened in New York. Just imagine that this natural phenomena which is always happening in every countries, and just imagine that yourself in Jack Hall's life, which is you have to lose your family members or one of your family members, and you will be sad. So I think that this is quite a very good movie to recommend to all the people about family love. I think that's all from me.
Oh, thank you, Audrey. Yeah, as you know, my film can give us many value that we can use guide in life, such as we should take care of our environment because it is our responsibility to be mindful to stop the global catastrophe. And the second is we must always have feeling love, compassion, and love each other, even between human, animal, or environment. So that's my point.
Okay, as we see, we all have our own view on this film. So I can conclude that each of you have your own favorite film. So does anyone have anything else to say?
No, Alia.
No, 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 thank you.
Otherwise, let's bring our discussion to an end. Thank you for your contribution to this discussion.
You're welcome.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Thank you too. See you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.